Hi guys, I'm Sierra Rogers Martinez, and I hope we get to learn a lot more about each other, and I hope this helps you learn more about me. I wanted to start when I was in high school, and I was in color guard, and when we separated ourselves from the band, we would use songs to convey how we feel and then perform them to show our skills. The song I always used without a doubt was Therapy by All Time Low. I personally have and still do struggle with mental health, which makes me very passionate about helping other people. So much so that I am a mental health advocate and very 110% believe in using music to convey feelings as well as having open discussions. So let's start. I once felt so alone when in reality I wasn't, and I know many others feel the same way. And in this lyric, my ship went down in the sea of sound. When I woke up alone, I had everything. A handful of moments I wish I could change, a tongue like a nightmare that cut like a blade. This lyric talks about how their mental health begins to decay and they feel alone and they wish they can just go back and change those moments so maybe that they won't be so alone and have to hear those harsh words that cut so deep. I've personally been in that place before, and I've witnessed how that place can deteriorate one's well being. And this is the main reason why I got into mental health advocacy. The next lyric I have is Arrogant boy cause a scene like you're supposed to. They'll fall asleep without you. You're lucky if your memory remains. We often get told that we're just a small part in this big old world, and when you have mental health struggles, that can hit you harder than it would if you weren't. Though this may be true in other people's eyes, I believe in the domino effect of if I'm being there for someone, I hope that when they get into a mental place of goodness and happiness, that they are able to do the same for others. My next point is I understand that sometimes finding the words can be very difficult and we don't know how to convey them. And that's why I believe in using music. This lyric, personally for me, is the lyric I always used when I couldn't say the words that I needed to say when I needed help. And this lyric says, "Give me therapy, I'm a walking travesty, but I'm smiling at everything. Therapy, you were never a friend to me, you can take back your misery." Sometimes words can be so hard to say that we're not able to convey how we feel. And so when someone's able to sit down, listen to a song, and listen to the lyrics itself, they might be able to gather somewhat or a really good understanding of what the person is going through. Another lyric that goes for this point is, "In a city of fools, I was careful and cool. But they tore me apart like a hurricane. A handful of moments I wish I could change, but I was carried away." We often are in a world, in a society that's so blind to mental health and how much that we need the help and others need the help, and how I personally needed the help with my mental health. While being an advocate for NAMI, this is what I plan to do, is help people with mental health. Not saying anything can tear you apart. Hence the lyrics, "They tore me apart like a hurricane." And that will lead us down the downward spirals of maybe if I didn't do this and maybe if I didn't do that. And we get carried away with all of the maybes and the what ifs, and sometimes life get in the way that we lose sight that we do have others here to help us. And sometimes they're just not the people we think would be there. And that's when we really need to reach out the most. And finally, my last point is once I allowed for an open discussion about my mental health, it helped me to connect with others that were going through the same thing, and I want to provide this for others. An example of not being able to have an open discussion is the lyric, "My lungs gave out as I faced the crowd. I think that keeping this up could be dangerous. I'm flesh and bone, I'm a rolling stone, and the experts say I'm delirious." Sometimes when we're going up face to face to someone to say, "I need help," we can't say. It's as if there's someone holding their hand over our mouths. And we know that if we keep it up and we don't ask for help, that we're just going to deteriorate more because we're human. We have those feelings, and those feelings will just only pile up. And sometimes when we ask for help, we get told that we're crazy and that that's not really happening to us. I personally believe that just saying, "Are you okay?" isn't enough. Just because it allows the person to last minute lie and say, "I'm fine," or "I'm okay," and not truly mean it. Instead, I ask them for a song that they're feeling at the moment to see if that song relates to how they're feeling and how I could help personally. Another lyric is similar to one that I used previously, but this one says, "Therapy, I'm a walking travesty, but I'm smiling at everything. Therapy, you are never a friend to me. You can choke on your misery." The last part of this lyric is just about when you finally get in that great open discussion and you realize how much the person you went to weren't truly a friend, and you're finally able to say, "I had enough." And that's an amazing thing, and it takes a lot of courage and strength. And I love personally being able to watch those people grow within their mental health and get to that point. When it's talking about, "I'm a walking travesty and I'm smiling at everything, you were never a friend to me," it's again getting the courage and getting to a finally good mental state that you're able to say, "I'm done. I had enough." Which brings us to the end of this speech. I might have thrown a lot at you about mental health, but that shows how passionate I am about mental health. And to help you remember, I'm just going to go through some of the main points really quick. I once felt alone when I wasn't, and I know many others struggle that when they're struggling with mental health. I also understand that finding the words can be very difficult, and I believe in using music to convey words when words can't. Once I allowed myself to actually open up and discuss my mental health, it allowed me to connect with others. So I believe in having the same comfortable situation where one is able to convey an open discussion about how they feel so they can get the appropriate help for them. And I hope that showing you my passion about mental health kind of helps you guys get to know me a little more. And I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Bye, guys.